What's going on, everyone? My name is Dave Ashworth, and this week I want to talk to you about the role of a financial controller. Most people have a pretty good understanding of what a bookkeeper is, and then on the higher end, what a CFO is and does, but a lot of people have a misunderstanding of what a financial controller is and what their role is, and I think it's important to have that understanding so as you're building out the accounting infrastructure in your business or your organization, that you can fill the roles that you need to fill. Now, keep in mind, some of these roles will be handled by multiple people. If you're a smaller company, you might have a company that does your CFO controller work, and it's one person, or maybe they do the whole gamut, bookkeeping, controller, CFO. But it's still important to understand these. And so today I wanted to talk about the controller. Now, keep in mind that a controller, just because it's called a controller, doesn't mean that it has to be a full-time person. It can be a full-time hire, it can be a part-time hire, or my favorite, it can be an outsourced controller. So let's get into 9 things. I have my notes here, 9 things that a financial controller should be handling in an organization. So the first thing is obviously internal controls. Being the controller, it's important that they put procedures and controls in place to make sure that everything is being done as it should. There's checks and balances, and this is one of the most important things to prevent fraud in a business. Second thing, completing the monthly financial close. Obviously, the bookkeeper is going to be getting all the transactions in, but then the controller needs to take those numbers, make any journal entries necessary, and get together an accurate set of financials, profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and it also needs to be done in a timely fashion, and they oversee that entire process. The next one is then taking some of this data that's been compiled through the accounting software and creating different reports, whether that be benchmarking, ratio analysis, trend analysis, whatever it might be. They need to be able to create the reports that the organization needs to continue their growth and to use that information. The next one is to oversee the accounting department. They're basically in control of everybody that has their hand in the accounting function, and the only person that they're really reporting to would be the CFO and then ultimately the owner. But they kind of have control of the accounting department, making sure everything's running smooth and getting done properly. The next one would be they have the ultimate control over the accounts receivable and payable. So if there's an issue, maybe a client isn't paying or a customer isn't paying, they'll then kind of take the next step and reach out to them. Or with the payables, they may get involved in negotiating new contracts. So they're kind of the next level up from actually just paying the bills or invoicing clients. If matters come up, higher level things, they're the next in line to handle those. Number 6, budget and a forecast, really important. Not only does the controller have to create these each year, then they need to also maintain them and track the actual versus the budget and the forecast to see how they're doing and then propose changes. Ultimately, the CFO or the owner is going to make those decisions, but they need to make sure everything's tracked properly so those decisions can be made. Next, coordinate with any external accountants or any external parties for that matter. Typically, you'll have an external tax accountant, so they'll be in charge of getting them any information they need for tax planning purposes or also just to prepare the tax return. And then also a lot of organizations need an audit, so they'll kind of be the liaison between the auditor and the organization, getting them all the information that they need. The 8th one is evaluating the financial health of the company via the financials. This is just kind of making sure that everything looks okay, nothing looks out of place, and keeping kind of their finger on the pulse of the financial health of the business. Finally, they'll assist with any tax filings or tax compliance, such as the payroll tax returns, sales tax returns, business licenses that need to be filed. They'll make sure that all of that is getting taken care of. They might not actually be doing it themselves, but they are going to make sure that everything is taken care of and filed properly. So I hope this list was helpful to you. It's really important to have a good accounting infrastructure in your business. So whether you have a controller, have a CFO, have a bookkeeper, maybe it's one person that's doing them all, it's really important to be doing all of these things. And a lot of times the controller aspect gets overlooked. So I hope this helps you. hopefully you can take something from this and implement it in your business that can continue to push your business forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.